Is there anything wrong with being heteronormative conformist?
I don't know what that is.
Heteronormative is like normalization of heterosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, let me see actually the official definition. Okay. So
Normalization of
heteronormative.
like
Yeah. Like basically acting like
only
this is the default. Yeah, like as if this is just the default of everything. This is how things are. And then maybe like, you know what I mean? Like you assume the world is just heterosexual and everybody is heterosexual and you design the world for heterosexual people and then you adjust it if they happen to be not. Okay, let me actually read the definition. Heteronormativity is the concept that heterosexuality is the preferred or normal mode of sexual orientation, and it assumes the gender binary and that sexual and marital relationships are most fitting between people of opposite sex. Okay, based on that definition, no, it's not okay, because I thought I didn't know that the definition includes it being better. Okay, so there seems to be two different definitions: it being better or it being normal. Okay, but normal means like the most common, because if that's what you mean by normal, I guess. Okay,
like,
normal is not the best way to describe the most common thing, because then you're suggesting, if you use the word normal, it's kind of suggests that the people who are not like that, they're weird or something wrong with them. So I think that's not okay.
like
And it's
default.
also not, yeah,
It's like being
default.
right-handed is the default, but being left-handed is not a choice. They
Right.
are left-handed.
Right. Yeah. Actually, that's a good example. But nobody like. I mean, people don't say like you're better if you're right-handed, right? So, but people, I think, assume like it's better to have structures of family and other assumptions of marriage and law that assumes that people are heterosexual, right? So so if that's what heteronormativity means, then it's not a good thing. It's a bad thing, right?
Of course,
It's
but
you can see as how advanced a society is based on how convenient it makes life for
for
the
minorities.
people who are not the majority. Yeah,
But
but what do you
yeah,
think?
but
Yeah,
it's
go.
sometimes it's very convenient. Like the example I said, right-handed versus left-handed. Many things are designed for right-handed use. Like I went to many learning centers where the chairs with the writing thing, and it's on the right. And if you're left-handed, you would have to request something and a special arrangement, but they just assume everyone is right-handed, and that makes economical sense because left-handed people are
Okay,
so rare.
assuming that you are right-handed, unless you say so, is different from this definition, because this definition assumes that it's better or
Better
it's
is like
prefer. Yeah,
it's very strong.
yeah, that's right. Well, that's part of the definition, so that's why I thought I would be kind of having some definitions, because I think the question that Higgs
Anything
boson
that
is
is not
asking.
a choice, you cannot be against it. Like you
Yeah,
cannot
I
be
do.
against me for being of a color that I did not choose or cannot, but you can be against things that like a tattoo, an idea, like me being in a certain religion, things that I can choose and I can change, things that I can't cannot be of
I
less.
don't like that argument, because
Well,
it kind of suggests that if you could choose to be gay, then you would be wrong to choose that.
if I
Because
can choose,
it,
you can argue that it's wrong if it's my choice, if it's just a choice.
why would it be wrong? It's not hurting anybody. Why? How could? Okay,
You can
let's say
argue that, but I can argue the opposite. I'm not arguing
okay.
the opposite. I say that I
I
can.
know, but how could you? How could anybody argue the opposite? Let's say being gay was a choice, complete choice.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
what would be wrong with it, even if it was a choice?
Huh. Okay. It's it requires more accommodation. If it's a choice and you encourage more people to be it, you hmm, I was gonna argue about childbirth, but we don't need more humans in life.
I mean, no, I mean, you could. Well, I mean, if you need children, since you could be gay, you could also decide to be straight. So all of a sudden, that shouldn't be an issue. If people need children, you decide to be gay today, and then when you need to have children, you go back to being straight.
No,
It
but
works
if
well.
it's not a choice, even if there is harm, like if being gay is harmful, you can't argue against it. Even if
I
it's
know,
harm.
but that makes it that's I mean that's too easy. I'm just wondering, like, there is no harm. I'm just
No, there
like,
is no harm, but like it's not just like
because people who say it's not their choice, okay, I have an issue with that, okay, because they're saying like, oh, it's a curse, and I know it's horrible, but they
it's a
can't help
disease.
it. It's a disease, but it wasn't their fault. Come on. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's wrong with this? You like,
No, but like yeah, but like imagine if it's harmful and it's not a choice, we can try to like cure it. Like if I have something that can uh,
that's why you
uh,
shouldn't say it's not their choice, because people think that there's a problem with it and maybe we should be curing it, right? I think
mhm,
you should forget the idea of whether it's a choice or not and focus on the fact that there's no harm. I mean,
yeah,
that's how we decide what we when we're trying to decide whether something is right or wrong, we mostly focus on harm, right? Harm reduction. Like, not on, that's not how we argue whether something is morally right or wrong. Like, I mean, what if it was actually what if, like, we eventually find out that it could be a choice? You know what I mean? Like, maybe it is not just genetics. Maybe it is, like, there seems to be some evidence that it
you know,
also societal impact, right? So
you know
all of a
that
sudden, like, oh my God, no, it is a choice. So it is wrong now. You know what I mean? So I think we should focus on the harm reduction, no harm element rather than the no choice element.
that many people in at least in Egypt, where I come from, um, uh, argue that being left-handed is kind of a choice, or like it's something that you get raised to be because of Islam focuses on being right-handed, and you should eat with your right, you should do stuff with your right. Being right is better in different things. So they argue that since it does that, people cannot be left-handed. They just get used to it, and their parents don't correct them enough, so they grow up to it.
Right. By the way, Higgs boson is in the live chat, and he's clarifying that he doesn't mean normal. He means the default setting. I mean, if you are like, if your question, Higgs boson, is that, is it okay for me to just submit to the default setting? I mean, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you just be the way you want to be. Like, there's nobody. Like, are you asking? Are you asking us if it's okay to be straight? Is that what you're asking us? Are you asking for permission to be straight? You could be straight if you want. That's okay. We allow. Would Hossein? Do we allow it? We allow
Well,
it.
or if
We
straight
allow it.
people are more, of course, there are more straight people. That's how they force their way on others and
We allow
persecute
it for now. Higgs boson, we're allowing you to be straight for the foreseeable future, but me and Hussein might change your mind. So take advantage of that as
an
much as you
asterisk.
can. Yeah,
We allow it with
take
an
it.
asterisk.
Yeah, no, but go out there and take advantage of this privilege for now, because we seriously might change our mind. So do that, okay? Um, yeah, I think the Higgs boson question comes from a position of people being demonizing things that are the majority. You know what I mean? Like, people are asking, like, is it okay to be white? Is it okay to be male? Is it okay to be heterosexual? And I think some people are starting to feel guilty about not having the attributes of the people who everybody is defending. And I think, like, do you sense that? Do you think sometimes people feel like if you were a straight white male man,
No,
okay,
it's
then
okay to be against you.
yeah, I mean, like, then you are the scum. Like, what YouTube? I'm not saying this. I'm not being making a racist claim, but you're considered to be, like, I don't know, the
I have a hot
bottom.
take about that.
What? Go on.
I have
Yeah.
a kind of hot take about that. Some feminists, or like self-proclaimed feminists go too far to be very sexist against men, and you can sense that from like the Amber Heard statement after the trial. She said it retracts women's right, and it retracts how people think of women, and not of victims. It's of women, because I'm a woman, so the man cannot be the victim. So
I mean, well, that's out the window with the whole Johnny Depp and Amber Heard situation. I think that era is over now because of how much attention that thing got. Oh no, we got more Patreon questions. So people are asking, do we have more Patreon questions? Yes, we do. And we have also, by the way, Christopher in the live chat is asking, if a straight white male is walking in the forest and no one posts about it on social media, is he still wrong? I don't know. That's a very deep question, Christopher. I don't know how to answer that. Okay, by the way, this whole people are like going crazy over this whole Johnny Depp and Amber situation, and like people are saying Me Too is over, right? The whole is Me Too over? I thought like this is Me Too. This is Me Too. I thought this is Me Too.
because it says that men can be the victims too. It's not exclusive that we just hate on men and they are.
Yeah, I mean, isn't this Me Too? Isn't like Johnny Depp being able to come and say like I was abused? Isn't that like him saying Me Too? Like, how is this the end of Me Too? This is the graduation of Me Too to like, isn't it? Like, I don't know. And people are like dunking on feminists all on social media. I'm like I don't know. Like, do you like? Isn't this what feminism was about? That
Yeah, I think that like
men should toxic masculinity is making men not communicate
yes,
their
that's men too.
feelings. Yeah. So like, if you're being abused, physically abused by your wife or your partner or your partner, you should be able to come and speak about it. Isn't that like part of feminism? I don't know. Maybe I am.
It should be, and like
Yeah. I don't think. Yeah. I think this is like in line with both feminism and the Me Too movement. So I don't know what people are talking about. Maybe they should say that this is the era of believe all women. That's over. Maybe that's what's over. Not Me Too. Me Too is still. This is Me Too. Yeah.
and of course feminism
Oh,
should still live. There are
right.
oxymoron.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of Blasphemy and Sexy Callie, like me, then you need to be sure to subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below. Because if you subscribe, we will send you a free copy of our Blasphemous Art ebook. And let me tell you, it is the tastiest blasphemy that you can find anywhere available today. And we are so generous with our blasphemy that we continue to send you more blasphemy every week. So make sure to subscribe, link in the description below.